Hi, I'm Ethan. I love muzzleloading. Today we're testing out the Parker Productions all-lead Hydracon, weighing in at 440 grains in ballistics gel at 100 yards. For this test, I'm using a pre-measured charge of Blackhorn 209 to try to give us the best possible results that we can get, using about 80 grains by weight or just under 100 grains by volume. Putting on glove here because you'll notice this all-lead projectile has grease grooves or lube grooves in it, and I've pre-lubed this projectile going into this test. Totally forgot to mention with these Parker Production all-lead Hydracons, he includes a wad to go with it between your powder and your projectile. Little snug going into the bore, but slid right down. And then with our loading rod here, a gentle press down to the base. Using Federal Premium Blue Box 209 primers, and we have our Garmin Zero chronograph set up to capture some ballistic data. 1718 on the chronograph. Coming up to the gel I thought we had missed, actually hit very low, kind of gutted our table. On the ground a few feet behind the table, I did find our slug though. As expected here, we just have a massive chunk of lead that used to be that projectile. Very similar deformation that we've seen with other lead projectiles that we've tested. Now we're going to head back though and see if we can raise that point of impact a little bit to get more of that wound channel in the gel. 1651 for that second shot. Definitely not an all-day bullet there. Whew. Walking up here, my point of aim was about here on the block, so that's about how much drop I'm getting. This is a much heavier projectile than I'm used to shooting. There's a look at our wound channel, dumping quite a bit right here, and then that projectile is just diving downwards. So we're losing a few inches along the length of that block. Sliding the block aside, the projectile tried to go through the table again. I'm going to need a different table at some point here. There's our recovered slug, or disc really. You can believe me or not, but that is almost too hot to touch. Big chunk of metal going downrange. There's the base. Have a little bit of deformation here. I'm not sure what that is. It'd be interesting. Let me know if you understand what that could be there. It looks like it's all lead. Maybe it's part of the impact from the table there. Neat. Here's a look at the projectile as it comes. This is our first shot that went under the table and through our backer. And this is our second shot here that went through the gel and was stopped by the junk mail catalogs. Off of initial impression here, it looks to me like the second shot expanded a lot more than the first, and my working theory of this is it spent more time in the gel, and that gel radically slowed it down, I think, on a different speed curve than the plastic of the table would and the ground underneath the table. I'll have the weights here to compare, but right here in the field, that's my working theory. Let me know what you think though in the comments. I'm always learning from you guys out there, and I really appreciate it. Sharing those comments helps me, and it helps other muzzleloading enthusiasts learn from your experience and take other things into consideration. Once again, I'm Ethan. I love muzzleloading. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.